SM-815U battery replacement, Samsung Galaxy Watch, detailed. This one does it. It says 1.5 by 50 mm. So let me tell you what that driver is. It is known as the tri-point or tri-wing 1.5 mm or Y00. It's the same one that's for the Wii or the Nintendo Switch. So if you were just to search for it, sometimes you could pop up something else, and you don't want that. You definitely want to type in either a link in the description or type in the Y00. So I got the Techman set for $11, I do believe. Okay, so I found it on Amazon, and I found the best looking one. It's not the exact same one, but it's still Techman, which I do like their quality. If I can't find Wiwa, which is WIHA, that's a great product too, but I don't see that they offer it. Anyways, to the point, we're going to use this screwdriver to open up this device, and we need to get these off as well, which some tweezers or a knife or something like that should be able to push this over. Maybe some tweezers would be better, or a plastic tool. Here we go. Stop. Okay. Just keep those oriented so you know which way they go back on. Let's go ahead and remove these screws now. It's the last stubborn one. So, plastic tool or iseasmo tool, I'm just going to go in between. I'm going to try to go in between. Looks like there's a nice little seal here. Get our plastic tool and see if we can carefully break this so without breaking up the device too much. Okay, so we want to remember the orientation. So we already included that this watch band over here that I have, come on, is the top, which is Samsung Galaxy Watch that it reads right here. So I'm just going to set it there, and the orientation for the top will be there. This cable plugs in that way, so that way you don't lose which direction what goes to the Samsung watch here. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just disconnect these. And it looks like just a regular 00 Phillips right here. A couple brackets here and here, so I think we're gonna have to bend these out a little bit, pop this loose. They don't give us much of an option except for to possibly break this bracket. Seems like it should just lift right up. And this whole thing wants to come up, so just going to hold it down by twisting. There we go. Did not have to break a bracket. That's great. Just going to pull this direction here. Let's see what we're dealt with underneath. Take a cable and another cable. This cable looks glued on though, right in there. So what we're going to do is just carefully unglue this cable. Well, there's one down here that's attached, so we're going to leave that attached. We've got this cable soldered to the board, but we don't need to really go further than this because our battery's right there. So next is get some tweezers. Okay, we just loosen that up right there. Next is we're going to take out the battery. Just get your iseasmo tools down there and twist. Make sure you don't puncture the battery because they can light on fire. You don't need T7000, but I like to glue things back down. Well, that's just use some kind of a glue right there to make sure that your new one stays into place. Hope you guys can see. I'm just putting just a little drop of T7000. So if you use super glue, just let you know that dries super fast. So just recommend a slower drying glue. Well, you have some time to put that in there. Go ahead and put our battery in there and then shift this back around this direction so we can now work with the connector. And we see the connector here. It's wanting to spark because we're touching it the wrong way. Careful with that. Should have used some plastic tweezers here. I am working with a live connection. If you have some plastic tweezers or like a spludger here, that works. Don't want anything shorting out. And just pressing it down so it goes over this little bump. I'll zoom in here for you. So that little bump, the connector needs to go up and down over it. I put some glue underneath there. And that's going to connect these two connectors. So once I set it down, the battery will be connected. And then we still have this little connector under here, under our board, stuck under here. Just pull that out. Happens when it comes to this tiny technology. Try not to be rubbing this back and forth too much. I want to get the board underneath this connector, so we might have to lift the board back up. Connector, I mean by this metal or plastic bracket here. Lift it up and then slide it under. There we go. A little trickier than I thought it would be, but we got it. Put our one screw in. Fun. Alright, it's in there. I'm going to go ahead and clip our connectors back in. Alright. So, remember this is the top part. Now, somehow we got to get this connector plugged in. So I'm just using the spludger plastic tool here to pull it out a little bit. I'm going to grab our tweezers, pull it out further. Back to our plastic tool or maybe our finger. Let's press that down, make sure you feel it clip in. Push it together. At this point you should probably test it. I don't have a charger on me. I'll have to have the customer bring that to me. Grab the right tool. That did. You don't need to drill these in over tighten either like they did. Since your seal has been broken, it's probably not as watertight as it was previously. Just something for the facts. So Samsung Galaxy Watch, we just remember this was the top. And so in order to get them off, what we did was we just slide this over. Pushes that little piece inward, and then that way we can get back in the hole. The easy part, right? Changing out bands. Okay, that band's back on, and then the next band, same thing. Oops, didn't quite do that one right. This is kind of a pain. Okay, as you can see, it's already turned on, it's functioning, that's great. Anyways guys, please like and subscribe. Oh, and if you messed up a screw, this bundle comes with screws, so, you know, that's always a cool thing. And more detailed videos coming in the future. Have a good one.